Imagine a dystopian world in which animals contract a virus which makes them inedible. Therefore, the government legalizes cannibalism. This book has to be the most insane book I've ever read in my entire life. Spoiler-free review on Tenders the Flesh, aka the best book ever. I rarely give books 5 stars. This one, automatic 5 stars. This is a very hit or miss kind of situation. I feel like you'd either really love this book or really hate it, depending on what your stomach can withstand. Tenders the Flesh, dystopian novel written by Agustina Basterica. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Takes place in a world in which a virus spreads which causes animal meat to not be edible anymore. As a result, society legalizes the breeding and consumption of human beings, and they're stripped of their rights and they're treated like livestock. So the main character's name is Marcos, and he works in the processing plants, emotionally like very disconnected and very cold. This book practically follows his work life rather than relying on action and like suspense alone. The novel uses its unsettling premise to explore how language, institutions, and societal norms can reshape what people accept as normal. The author examines themes of dehumanization, consumerism, and grief, and the ethical compromises that humans make in the face of fear and convenience in a way. This book is extremely disturbing but so thought-provoking. I could not stop thinking about this book until this day. I read this like 6 months ago. The first thing that truly impressed me about this book was the writing. The writing is incredibly cold, as I said before, and clinical, and she doesn't try to make the scenes dramatic or too much. Instead, she just describes all of these horrifying things with such a detached tone. It's almost like you'd expect it from like an instruction manual or like a business report. Like it's like just so detached, but since you're a human with feelings and you're reading this shit, it's like you're filling in the gaps of the cold emotions with your own emotions because of how weird it is. The tone just makes it more disturbing in my personal opinion. Something else I really loved about this book is the social commentary. Sure, this book you would expect it to be about cannibalism, but not necessarily. Like in my opinion, I perceived it more how society tends to normalize cruelty when it's convenient, economically. Ironically, coming from someone who is not a vegan. This novel made me realize how shocked we are when this sort of violence happens to humans, yet we rarely question the similar systems when they involve animals. It's something I never really examined before, you know, and I understand that that's not one of the main points that this book is trying to give out, but it's one of the strongest points that I swallowed while reading this book. The commodification of human life is also something that I picked up from this novel. Capitalism turns human beings into commodities. People are assigned economical value due to their gender, their age, their weight, all of this crazy stuff. Basically their physical condition instead of their humanity. And they just become trading products that can be bought or sold. Overall, the novel is not really questioning if cannibalism is wrong, which rather, it questions how far a society will compromise its ethics when economic survival or financial incentives are involved. I wouldn't call this book enjoyable in like the traditional sense. Like I definitely had to take breaks while reading it because of how disturbing it was, but I definitely would call it a 5 out of 5 stars because of how impactful it was and how much it's gonna stick with me. 100%. I'm definitely gonna remember this book when I'm like 30. I'm definitely gonna think about this book like when I'm older. I read this 6 months ago and I cannot stop thinking about it. If you want a book that's genuinely gonna stick with you and impact you for the rest of your life, I definitely recommend it. If you have a weak stomach, I still recommend it, but just take breaks. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Support a fellow small YouTuber, sorry. And yeah, bye guys.